I have this sinking feeling Project Blue Beam is already being beamed into our homes right now and we don't even see it. Tinfoilers, my question to you is there a link between Project Blue Book and Project Blue Beam? Are they two sides of the same coin? We need to start with Project Blue Book, which most of you will probably already be familiar with. It was the third UFO deep state program after Project Sign and Project Grudge. The Blue Book report was a public cover-up, a whitewash, despite its very first page saying there's an embarrassment of riches around UFO sightings. The Blue Book years 1947 to 69 are key for back engineering and for the treaties between ETs and the US, resulting in the exchange of tech, that's semiconductors, transistors, and fiber optics. Blue Book's lead author, J. Allen Hynek, came up with the close encounters classification system that we use today. But later in life he split from the debunking and became a friend of the UFO circuit. Or was he? He never really left the CIA, so was J. Allen Hynek still on business when he struck up personal friendships with UFO media heavyweights like Linda Moulton Howe. Linda Moulton Howe was set up by Air Force Deep State. That was Agent Richard Doty. The military called her in for questioning and fed her disinfo, and then later at a conference, another member of the same PSYOP fessed up to it and literally ran out the front door of the conference. This left Linda Moulton Howe's career a little damaged. It's a great example of how easily Deep State can manipulate UFO media. Richard Doty appeared last year on Fade to Black. It's a really interesting interview. I think it was his attempt at redemption. He was trying to clear his own name, but he massively slipped up. He spoke glowingly about his old boys Air Force network, talking about their social gatherings, which he always goes to. These old boy networks are no longer employed by Air Force, but they still act like they are. Their egos are huge and they are dangerous. They are dangerous to networks like UFO media, who rely on military whistleblowers to tell the truth. UFO media gets all its insider info from military whistleblowers. Project Blue Book was Air Force, and so is disinfo agent Richard Doty. So to me it looks like the Air Force was doing the PSYOPs and facilitating the research with the aerospace companies, while the Navy was actually manning and maintaining the craft and staffing the deep space fleets that they built. What I'm interested in at the moment is, in advertising speak, it's called channel. So it's not the message I'm looking at, it's the channel, the distribution network. I think there might be major clues to the PSYOP in the channel, and there are. Here comes the point of this video. CIA is set up to lie to the public. That's what its role is to snoop and then do PSYOPs. Is Project Blue Beam the follow-up program to Project Blue Book? Both having blue in their name is kind of a giveaway. So my argument is that Blue Book was the social research and Blue Beam is the peer education program. So Project Blue Beam is said to be a fake alien invasion staged to gather support for weapons in space. But what if it's not that? What if that's just the PSYOP? What if instead Project Blue Beam is in fact UFO media? The blue beam is what's being projected. It's the propaganda. Is that why all my favourite UFO media talking heads do the reptile tongue flick? Because they are part of the lizard cult, which goes straight to the Rockefellers and then internationally onto the Rothschilds. Is this the reason Mike Barra found a photo with UFO heavyweights Dr. Greer and Linda Moulton Howe hanging out with Rockefellers? Is this the edges of the PSYOP? Blue Beam is a media PSYOP beamed into our lives via UFO media and TV series and movies and books. It's all one big ET PSYOP. Doesn't mean ETs aren't real, it just means they're not that interested in us. For me, the smoking gun is the cult tongue flicks that all my favourite UFO media do. They all do it. If they all do it, they are all part of the same cult. The other smoking gun is UFO media targets government instead of aerospace. We all know aerospace companies are the holders of the knowledge, but how many UFO media videos are about government or about military? It's kind of a bait and switch. They appear to be looking when they're not really looking in the right place. So Project Blue Book was the initial research, and Project Blue Beam is the follow-up community education program. In the same way, TDSA is a community education program. TDSA makes sense when you view it through this paradigm of being a peer education or community education program. It's the only way to view TDSA. It doesn't make any sense otherwise. So Project Blue Beam has always been seen as an end game, like an end event, something we're waiting to happen, when it's probably more likely already underway and the evidence is all around us.